Welcome and welcome back to my blog. This is part 5 of a family road trip to northern Japan and Hokkaido. If you have not seen the previous episodes, I have left the links in the description below. We are in Sapporo. Sapporo means important river flowing through a plain in Ainu language. The Ainu are a people indigenous to the islands of northern Japan. Sapporo is the capital of Hokkaido and Japan's 5th largest city. Sapporo is also one of the nation's youngest major cities. In 1857, the city's population stood at just 7 people. In the beginnings of the Meiji period, when the development of Hokkaido was started on a large scale, Sapporo was chosen as the island's administrative center and enlarged according to the advice of foreign specialists. Consequently, Sapporo was built based on a rectangular street system. Sapporo became world famous in 1972 when the Olympic Winter Games were held there. Today, the city is well known for its ramen, beer, and the annual snow festival held in February. First, we visited a clock tower, Tokeidai, which is a symbolic landmark in central Sapporo. Then we visited Odori Koen. Odori Park is the broad median of Odori, largest street in the center of Sapporo, separating the city into north and south. The park stretches about 1.5 kilometers over 12 city blocks and offers pleasant green space during the warmer month. In early February, the park serves as the main site of the Sapporo Snow Festival. Now we are at Shiroi Koibito Park. The park consists of a free area with a shop, cafe, and restaurant, and a paid area with a various chocolate-related exhibit, and most interestingly, a few larger windows through which visitor can observe the cookie production process in the factory. Now we're heading back to the city center by subway. And here we are at Sapporo Bier Museum. Hokkaido is the birthplace of beer in Japan. Sapporo Bier, one of the oldest and most popular beer brands in the country, has been brewed in Sapporo since 1877. The Sapporo Bier Museum, Sapporo Bier Garten, was opened in 1987 in a former brewery from the Meiji period. The museum introduces the history of beer in Japan and the process of beer making. Unfortunately, the museum was closed the day we went, so we went straight to the Sapporo Bier Garten. This is where you can enjoy all-you-can-drink beer and other alcoholic beverages, as well as non-alcoholic beverages, and all-you-can-eat barbecue, a popular local dish named after the Great Mongolian ruler Jingisukan in Japanese. It is a style of grilling mutton dish prepared on a convex metal skillet or other grill. It is often cooked alongside bean sprouts, onions, mushrooms, and bell peppers, and served in sauce based in either soy sauce or sake. That was a lot of beer and delicious food, not gonna lie, that got us really full. But we could not miss going to Yukijirushi Parlor, Snow brand ice cream cafe that we walked past by earlier. My mom got a matcha, my brother got a chocolate, and I got chestnut flavored parfait. Next day, we headed to Hitsujigaoka Observation Hill on the southeastern side of Sapporo. Showcases the Ishikari Plains beautifully juxtaposed with the modern Sapporo Dome. And that is a statue of Dr. William S. Clark, an American professor who was invited by the Japanese government in 1876 to help establish the Sapporo Agricultural College, now the Hokkaido University. His knowledge and teaching had a lasting impact on Hokkaido's colonization, and he remains an important figure for the prefecture today. And the statue replicating his famous pose along with his famous quote, Boys Be Ambitious. One of the buildings there was a Sapporo Snow Festival Museum. This museum let you learn about the history that spans over half a century, with many valuable materials stored there, including first handwritten poster and replicas of snow sculptures from the past. The Snow Festival first began in 1950 when local middle and high school students created 6 snow sculptures in Odori Park. The 1950 festival was held in conjunction with the snowball fights, snow sculpture exhibitions, and a carnival. Despite low expectations, more than 50,000 people showed up to the event. Following this, the Snow Festival became known as a seasonal event held every winter by the city citizens. 3 years later, 1953, for the first time, a towering 15-meter, about 50 feet snow sculpture, Ascension, was made. In 1955, the Japan Self-Defense Forces also participated and challenged themselves to making a large-scale snow sculpture. The 10th year anniversary in 1959 saw a rally of 2,500 participants in the making of the snow sculptures. This was also the first time the event was introduced on television stations and newspaper articles. Accordingly, due to the exposure gained from the media, the following year's festival became a huge success with the increase in number of tourists from Honshu, main island of Japan. In 1965, formally established the Makomanai venue as a second venue. In 1972, the Winter Olympics were held in Sapporo. This year's Snow Festival was held with the theme Welcome to Sapporo, thus gaining exposure for the event on the international level. 1974 was the year of adversity marked by the oil crisis. Gasoline was not able to be procured for the small trucks responsible for treating over the soft snow continually to create solid, hard snow. Creative measures had to be taken to keep the snow statue standing, such as the usage of steel drums within the structures. Additionally, this year marked the start of International Snow Sculpture Contest. Also, in 1974, cosmopolitan locations with strong ties to Sapporo, such as Shenyang, Alberta, Munich, Sydney, were exhibited as snow sculptures, distinguishing the forming of the Snow Festival from a domestic event to an international event. At the 34th anniversary in 1983, it came with the arrival of Suzuki no venue as the third official venue, emerging with a spectacular display of neon-lit snow sculptures, pioneering a new aspect to the Snow Festival. From 1984, the 2-day event was extended to 7 days. It is really interesting that the park used to be a snow dumping ground for citizens. Now it is an international event venue. The name Hitsujigaoka translates to Hill of Sheep, so obviously there are sheep here too. Inside this building, you can enjoy Hokkaido souvenirs as well as snacks. Now we left Sapporo and we're headed to further north, and we stopped at the sunflower field in Hokuryu, Himawari no Sato. They have over 1 million sunflowers, and I had no idea that they have so many different kinds of sunflowers out there as well. This is the largest sunflower garden in Japan, and the sunflower field project began in 1979 when a town agricultural cooperative member was moved after seeing a sunflower field in Yugoslavia. That day it was a little rainy, so the face of sunflower was a little tilted, but the flowers bloom around mid-July to mid-August. During that period, the town hosts the Himawari Sunflower Festival, events such as sunflower maze, sightseeing carts, and more are held during the festival. And here are some fun facts about sunflowers. They were cultivated in North America as far back as 3000 BC when they were developed for food, medicine, dye, and oil. Then they were exported to the rest of the world by Spanish conquistadors around 1500. In Mexico, the flowers were thought to soothe chest pain. A number of Native American tribes agreed with the plant's curing properties. The Cherokee utilized an infusion of sunflower leaves to treat kidneys, while the Dakota brought it out to soothe chest pain and pulmonary troubles. Each sunflower's head is made of smaller flowers, so there are actually thousands of tiny flowers. The petals we see around the outside are called ray florets, and they cannot reproduce. But the disc florets in the middle, where the seeds develop, have both male and female organs, and each produce a seed. They can self-pollinate or take pollen blown by wind or transported by insects. And since we have arrived to today's final destination, Asahikawa, we came to this ramen village. And since it says village, we were expecting a lot of ramen restaurants, but they only had a handful, and some of them were not even open. We decided to join the queue for the one ramen place that had a queue, and the ramen was good. It wasn't super great, but it warmed us up since it was raining all day and it was a bit chilly. And right next to our hotel there was a brewery, and I was so excited, but the wait was really long and I guess they were so short staffed, and so we couldn't get seated. We just wanted to get beer, so we just bought the bottles and we ended up drinking it inside our room. This family trip still continues, so until next episode, have a beautiful day.